So in today's video we're going to take a look at major 7 arpeggios and how we can play them all the way up and down the neck in any key, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get into it. First of all, let's talk a little bit about what a major 7 is. 7th chord harmony happens when you extend basic triad harmony one more third. So for a major 7 chord, I get a major third, a perfect 5th, and then a major 7th is a major third above your perfect 5th. So we're going to be looking at them first in the key of G major, and the notes of that would be G, B, D, and F sharp. And now here I'm going to take you through all 5 of the main shapes of this major 7 arpeggio up and down the neck, and I'm going to share with you kind of my fingerings, and I'll have diagrams appearing in this corner of the screen. You can download those at the link in the description there for free from my website. And yeah, so let's get into it. So this first position is going to look like this. Optional at the bottom, you could throw the major 7th in underneath it. So I'll do that one more time so you can catch my fingering. I'll do it nice and slow. There it is. Nice and fast, we get this kind of sound. Now, we go up to our second position, and this is where, if you haven't seen any of my other videos before, you'll notice that there's a hollow note in the middle of the page. That hollow note is our root G, and it also serves as our starting and our ending point. So on any arpeggio or scale with a diagram of mine that you see with that hollow note, we would play all the way up, or all the way up, all the way down, and then all the way back up. Now this second position is a little bit hairy, so there's 2 kind of possible fingerings. I'll show you what I do, and then the other way that I would argue is the legal way to do it. So we're going to start with our middle finger there. And then here I slide my pinky up and slide it back down when I come down. That tends to make sense. The rest of it makes pretty good sense, so I'm going. So I'm using my pinky to pivot there. The other way that I've seen people do this that's very efficient is they would go do a big reach here to get their ring finger on that 7th fret, and then they bar. So either of those is totally acceptable. I just kind of learned this with my pinky, and that's kind of why that's my default. But the other way works totally well as well. So now we're going up to position 3, where we'll be starting up on the 10th fret of our A string, and same as the position before, we're going to play all the way up from here, all the way down, and then back to our starting and ending note. So I'll run through this nice and slow for you. Pinky, so there it is. I'll do it once fast. This position doesn't really have anything too fancy for me to tell you about. It tends to make sense, but fast it would sound like this. Next position will be position 4, and that's got my middle finger on that same starting note, and now it's going to look like this. I'll do it nice and fast for you so you can hear what it'll hopefully sound like at the end. Finally, we end up here at our 15th fret with our pinky on it, and this one is going to look like this. There's kind of 2 fingerings to do for it. I'll show you both of them. The way I like to do it goes like this. And So I like to do it with that little slide. Where I'm kind of moving my whole hand down and then jumping it back up to catch the next note on the 12th fret. The other way I've seen people do this is like this. They'll go... So they'll put their pointer finger back, play this with their middle finger, and then tuck their pointer finger behind. So nice and slow, it would be... where you almost get this, it's like a walking motion. That's a totally cool way to do it as well. It's just not my preferred method. And now if you wanted to take this to any other key, all you need to do is move the hollow notes of these diagrams to those starting notes. So say I went to the key of C and I wanted to practice my C major 7 arpeggios. I would start here with my middle finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, and I would play position 4. Then I would bring my pinky up to C here and I play position 5. Then here I get my root my position 1. Here I end up with my pinky, my middle finger on the D string, and this starting point leads me to position 2. And then lastly I get position 3 way up here. So all of these positions happen in the same order, all the way up the neck, and they use the same starting points. All that changes is if you want it in a different key, what you have to do is you need to plug in that note to where the hollow note is on the diagram. So there you have it. There's the major 7 arpeggio all the way up the neck. You can move it into any key you like, and I strongly encourage you to practice it in all 12 keys. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. It helps me out more than you could know. If you'd like to take a guitar lesson with me, I have a link to that page on my website down in the description. I'd love to sit down with you and work on whatever's troubling you on the guitar. And lastly, I've got new videos coming out every Monday and every Thursday. I'd love to see you in the next one. And until I do, I'll wish you a wonderful day, and I hope you have some fun playing the guitar. Thank you.